Welcome to our math time today. To get us started and to get our brain going, we're going to practice some easy facts that you are awesome at, okay? So let's practice some of our bigger numbers, our numbers with hundreds. If I have the number 220 and I want to know what number comes before and what number comes after. What number comes before 220? Did you say 219? That would be right before 220. What number comes right after 220? 221. So let's count and make sure we did it right. 219, 220, 221. Does that sound right? Yeah, it does. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 115. We're going to find the number before and find the number after. There's the number 115. What number comes before that? 114. Yes, 114 comes before 115. What comes after 115? 116. We have 1 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and 6 in the ones place. 114, 115, 116. Awesome. Let's do one more. Let's try a big number. You want to try a big number? Let's try 862. How would you write that? Before I show you my board, 862. What do you hear? 862. 862. What number comes before 862? 861. What number comes after 862? 863. That's easy, right? You're doing an awesome job. All right, let's practice some subtraction facts. Subtraction means to take away. So let's try 4 of them. Let's do 4. So I'm going to take my board and I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. That's fractions, guys. I took my one whole board and I cut it into 4 pieces. I have fourths on my board now. All right, I'm going to write down some subtraction facts, and we're going to see how awesome you are at answering these super quick. We want to get super quick. You know why? Because when you go to 2nd grade and you're doing all that awesome work with Mrs. Murray, she's going to want to see those brains going and be able to answer these simple questions super fast so you can go to multiplication and all sorts of other fun things in math. Okay, are you ready? Let's do 7 take away 4. 7 subtract 4. 3. You go 7 in your head, 4 on your fingers, and you go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The answer is 3. What about 8 subtract 2? 8 in my head, 2 on my fingers. I'm going to count backwards. 8, 7, 6. The answer is 6. All right, 9 subtract 2. 7, 9, 8, 7. 5 take away 1. That's just going down one number from 5. Those are the easy ones. 4. All right, practice some of those every day. Practice them with when you're eating snacks and you got some pretzels. You can say, right now I have 5 pretzels and I eat 1. Now I have 4. 5 take away 1 is 4. Stuff like that. You can do it anywhere you are, and it's super cool. All right, we're going to get started with our lesson now. And so if you look on your screen, we're going to do a practice question like the questions that are on your work. We are talking about weight and size. And last time you did a math paper, you had some scales that you looked at with different items. Because you could tell the difference because one was bigger than the other or usually weighs more than the other one. So we're going to talk about some of those similar things today. All right, if you look here, find a good spot for myself, that's good. We have a question, we have a picture, and we have some answers to choose from. We're going to be talking about things that are heavier than, as heavy as, that means the same, or lighter than. Okay, so let's read this sentence. The strawberry is blank the apple. Think about holding a strawberry and think about holding an apple. We know that an apple is bigger and it weighs more, so it would make the scale fall to the bottom. The side that the apple is on would touch the bottom. So the strawberry is heavier than the apple. The strawberry is as heavy as the apple. Or the strawberry is lighter than, and we would mark lighter than. Let's look at this example. A watermelon and an apple. So we still have an apple, but now we've put a watermelon in there. Watermelons are heavy, guys. Watermelons are big and round and heavy, and it's really a catastrophe if you drop one, right? Let's read the sentence and see what fits best. The answer is here, but we want to read it anyway. The watermelon is blank the apple. The watermelon is heavier than the apple. We know that. What does it mean if it says as heavy as? That would mean the same, like an equal sign goes straight across like this. The scale would go straight across like this too if it was as heavy as. It would be equal. And then lighter than. The apple is lighter than the watermelon. But the sentence is what you have to be very careful about. The watermelon is what to the apple? The watermelon is heavier than the apple. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is think about these things in your everyday life, and it's going to help you to remember whenever you do your work. Okay, so if you're getting something out of the refrigerator, you're getting something out of the pantry, or you're playing with some toys, you can hold them in your hands and you can have your own weight, your own experiment, and you can say, here is a pencil, and right here I have my phone. And I can feel that this one is pushing down on my hand more than the pencil is. So my scale would be like this. My phone is heavier than the pencil. Or I could say, the pencil is lighter than my phone. So just have some fun. Look for it in your everyday life, where you are and what you're holding and things like that. And you practice using that math language of lighter than, heavier than, or as heavy as would be if the things felt the same. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at your worksheet. And let me go ahead and move this here so you can see. We're going to be comparing weight. Draw the sets of oranges on the correct sides of the scale. Complete the sentence. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oranges. We're going to have to write 2 numbers in the boxes here. So draw oranges weigh less than blank oranges. So here I'm going to try to draw for you. And let's do orange, just like the oranges are orange. So if I wanted to take some oranges, and we know if the scale is pointing up, then that means that that's the lighter. That's not as heavy as what's down here at the bottom. So let me draw 1, 2, and 3. Let me draw 3 oranges. So I use this one, and this one. Okay? How many do I have left? I have 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 oranges. 5 oranges oranges would weigh more than 3 oranges. So I write down here, I would write, let me make sure my sentence, I'm rereading my sentence, blank oranges weigh less. So I want the oranges that weigh less. 3 oranges or 5 oranges weigh less? That would be 3. So I'm going to write a 3 in here. Ooh, that's pretty good for writing with my mouse. Hey, I'm getting better at this, guys. 3 oranges weighs less than 5 oranges. Okay, so that's how you would do that one. It's a little bit, you gotta stop and think about each step that you're doing. But that's why I make these videos for you, because I want to be able to show you and help you along. All right, let's go to these types of questions. Read the scale and mark the answer. When I read the scale, I see that the strawberry is less than the apple. So let me see if that's one of my options. The strawberry is lighter than the apple. Simple. Good job. Number 3. I read my scale, I see that the watermelon is heavier than the apple. The watermelon is, there it is right here, heavier than. So I'm gonna color that one in. Circle the correct scale and mark the answer. All right, so we need to read our scales first, and then we need to read our sentence and see what is true, okay? This scale shows that the strawberry is up high, so it's not pulling down, so it's the lighter one. So the strawberry is lighter than the watermelon. This one says that the strawberry is pulling it down, so the strawberry is heavier than the watermelon. That would be weird, right? So I'm going to circle this one right here. That one is the one that's true. Now I need to read my sentence. The strawberry is blank the watermelon. What do you think? The strawberry is lighter than the watermelon. So I would bubble in that one. All right. Let's move on to the back. Here's the back of your paper. Read the scale and mark the answer. So I think I'm going to leave 1, 2, and 3 up to you, because I just did a couple of these with you. So I'm going to leave this up to you to read and do 1, 2, and 3 on your own. Now number 4 down here at the bottom where it says time to review. I know it's been a while since we have done fact families, and so I'm just going to talk to you about it real quick and set it up for you, and then I want you to finish, okay? So write the related facts for the fact family. We have 2, 9, and 11. Which one of these is the biggest number? 2, 9, or 11? 11. 11 is the biggest number right here. So we know that 11 is going to be the answer when we're adding. Because if you take 2 numbers and you put them together, it's going to give you a bigger number. So we're putting our biggest number on the ends here. And then when you go to subtraction, you see the subtraction sign right here, the subtraction sign right here. When you're subtracting in fact families, you start with the biggest number. So I'm going to put an 11 here, and I'm going to put an 11 here. So remember how we talked about that little trick. Whenever you're doing fact families, the boxes that are all in the middle are all going to have your big same number in them. So you're going to have to do the rest on your own. Blank plus blank equals 11. You have the rest of your numbers here to work with. You have a 2 and you have a 9. And then blank plus blank equals 11. And then you're going to use your 2 and your 9 again, and you're going to say 11 subtract blank equals blank. And then you do it again with your 2 and your 9. 11 subtract the next number is going to equal what?